Today we're doing a 12-minute strength workout. We're using kettlebells. You can use one or two depending on what you've got. And it's going to be basically focusing on our 4 main movement patterns. And there are obviously variants in this. So we're focusing on a squat pattern, pretty basic, foundational. We're doing a row, we're doing a push-up, which is our horizontal press, and then we're going to do a hinge pattern, which is obviously going to be our swing. And to make it more strength and power focused, we're going to be using a heavier weight, and to make sure that we're putting in the heavy weight and not worrying too much about endurance, we're going to actually flip around our intervals today. So normally I would have the longer interval as something to, that's where you're doing your work, and then a shorter one for a rest. This time we're doing it the other way around. The shorter interval is going to be for our effort, and then a longer rest. And we're going to do 3 rounds of this workout, and I'm actually going to force a break in between rounds. And this is going to help us get into the mentality of resting more for those heavier workouts. And we'll keep that rest pretty short, something like 90 seconds in between rounds, and go from there. So this is something where if you were to repeat this a workout at any point, like if you were kind of, you like variety and you don't want to stick to a strict plan, I get that. But if you were to just do this one workout and like make it a regular thing, maybe once a week, along with other variety stuff, you'd see yourself progressing a lot in this particular one. And it sort of covers all of those great foundational movement patterns. Alright, so if you don't mind, I'm going to go and switch on a different camera. You'll still see me on this one, but I want to record it on a different camera just to have to edit this. So I'm going to switch that on now. If I could get it to work. And we'll go from there. So hopefully you can hear me and see me. Everything's good. And we'll start into warm up. I'm going to start with our 10 bodyweight squats and go from there. So getting ready. As you get more warmed up, you can go deeper and faster, but just pace yourself at the beginning. Okay, 3, 2, 1, at 10 reps, off we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you're going to walk out into a walking plank and do some dynamic hip stretches or thoracic rotations. So walk out into a high plank position, right foot up toward right hand. You're going to wave around to the right side, watching your hand as it goes, and then come back around. You're just rotating, opening up through the chest, and then back around. Sweep that leg back, bring the other leg up, repeat on the other side. Now instead of going straight back into the other side, we're actually going to do walk back up. So you're stretching the back of your legs at this point. You're going to stand right up again. Now we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So flop down, walk out onto your hands into your high plank position. Right foot to right hand, rotate round to the right. Sweep that leg back. And now round to the other side. Hips in the air, walk the hands back up. Feel that stretch at the back of the legs and curl yourself to standing. One more time. Whew. Okay. So flopping down, stretch through the back of the legs again, walk back out. Really warming up basically the whole body, more or less. Your entire body is getting a good awakening right now. Other side. And from here, now instead of walking right back up immediately, go right up onto your tiptoes, hiking your hips in the air, up on your tiptoes, way up, way up, and then plant those heels down. Bring your toes right up, as high as you can go on your tiptoes, and then plant your heels down. Pedal your feet, stretching through your calves, letting your ankles move. And then take a wider stance and walk your hands all the way back up again to standing. Let your blood settle a little bit, and we will go into our next little bit of warm-up in just a second. So if you can grab a light weight or something light like a water bottle even, we're just going to pass the kettlebell or our little dumbbell around our head, doing a halo. This is going to warm up all around the shoulders. So we'll do 10 one way and 10 the other way. So start in either clockwise or anti-clockwise. You're going to bring the kettlebell up around your chin height and then pass it around the back of your head, like so. So we'll do, like I said, 10. Off we go in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place the weight down. Shake your arms out. The next thing we're going to do is scapular push-ups. We do have push-ups. This is not a push-up. This is simply, you're going to isolate your shoulder blade movement, let them glide back and forward, keeping your elbows locked out. And to make that easier for you, I would either do these from your knees or hand elevated. If you haven't done these before, then just make it really easy for yourself in terms of making it less like a push-up and keeping those elbows locked out. You're just isolating one tiny movement. So in your high plank, you're going to sink down, nipping those shoulder blades together, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, but just then pushing them apart again. So letting them slide back and forward. 8 of these, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Relax into it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And rest there. Okay. So now we're going to just fire up the glutes a little bit, going into a glute bridge and frog pump combination, lying on our back. We're going to do 15 glute bridges and then right away into 15 frog pumps. Okay, into position, getting ready for glute bridges. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So 1, fairly fast pace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Soles of your feet together, let the knees fall out, and then you're just going to do the same thing, bridging up for 15. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Get those glutes fired up. A little bit of a tune there, my counting. Alright, so what we're going to do is plan a way to get the most challenge from this, within reason. Now you might want to experiment using the first round to see what weight you want to really go with in the next 2. Oftentimes, I'll not start with my heaviest. I'll go lighter through the first round, like a practice set, like a warm-up set, like more specific to the workout, and then I'll go into the actual challenge. So up the weight a little bit. I know this is annoying me back and forward, but I have to do this. Get the good camera to record. All right. So, like I said, we're doing 4 cycles of 35 seconds for rest. I know it's a long time in the world of intervals, and we're doing 25 seconds of effort. So you want to have a good weight nearby, something that's going to be challenging for me. For a goblet squat, that's going to be 20 kilograms. Then we're doing a heavy row. So here's the choice for the squat: heavy goblet squat or double up with 2 kettlebells around the same weight. They can be different. Make sure they're fairly close in weight. Then you're going to do a double front squat. And for a row, you can do a double row. You can do a barbell row if you have one, or a sandbag. But I'm going to use a heavy weight. I'm actually going to be alternating side to side. So 1 and then back and forward like that. It's not going to be as many reps. I want to make it as challenging as I can. Then our push-up, you can do the hands elevated from the floor. You can change it to hand release push-up, where you're just going down, release the hands, and then drive back up again. That might be something better for you at the minute. And then heavy swing, either with one heavy kettlebell, or you can double up. Now with the 25 seconds, you don't have to fill that time. You might want to have in your head a sort of rep range. And so for your squats, you can be anywhere, like say 5 to 8 reps would be good. Then for the row, it might be 10 to 16 if you're alternating side to side. If not, again, it's could be 5 to 8. And for push-up, well, for push-ups, they're more of a strength endurance exercise anyway, unless you want to add a weight to your back and make them challenging that way, in which case you probably want to be in that 5 to 8 rep range as well. Now for our swings, if I'm going heavy, I'm going to aim for around 10 reps, okay? And I might do more, like 15, if this turns out to be too light. But that's just to give you an idea. You don't have to fill the time, but just getting lower reps in is the point. Let's start our timer. Now we're going to do 1 full round and then we'll go from there. So long little break, setup period to decide what weight you want to use. I'm going to stick with a 20 for now. I might regret not putting the fan on right now. 10 seconds and we'll get into position, right? Get ready. 5 seconds, get into your goblet or front squat position. And off we go. You want to make sure that you're thinking of power from your glutes, from your legs, getting that, pushing that floor away. So even if you're at like your maximum in terms of your reps, then just have a break. 5, and you'll rest there. And 35 now. Even though we're going from lower to upper, I still would rather your heart rate come back down a good bit before embarking on another heavy set. Okay, if you've decided what kind of row to do, then just get set up now for about 10 seconds before we start. Okay, 5, into your bent over position, and away we go. So really pull with intent with this. It is heavy. You don't want to be cranking it up really slow, right? Engage those muscle fibers. 8 seconds left. 3. Okay, one more. I love rows. Okay, so next up is our push-up, right? This is where you need to pace yourself. There's no rush. I'd rather you did quality reps, but fewer of them than doing half-ass reps, okay? Get full range if you can, even if it's from your knees or hand elevated. I'm doing hand release push-ups for this kind of time. 5, in position, and off we go. Any kind of push-up is fine. Use your power, express that power, pushing that floor away. 5. Rest. Okay. Next up, we have our heavy swing. 25 seconds, but still in your mind, thinking in terms of maybe reps. I'm doing 24 today for my swing. I hope there's no spiders on it. It's been a while since I used it. 10 seconds. That would be another screaming episode. 5 seconds. 3. Getting ready. Plant your feet. Drive that hips back, snap them forward. Ten seconds. I'm gonna rest. 3, 2, 1. And take a breather. I especially want you to get your breath back. I need to set my other timer between the swings and your squats. And we're going for about 1 minute, and then we'll start the other timer. Okay? Grab a drink. Where are you watching from today? So, it's pretty warm in here. I'm going to put this on. It's not as warm as it was, or as humid, thankfully, but still warmer than I'd like. Okay, we have about 1 minute of our rest back left, and I'm going to just change that over. So this is going to be a tough round now. Let's see what to do next. I'm not going to go heavy. I'll still stick with the 20 for the squats. You just know when you start, like you have an idea of how certain exercises are going to go. So I'm going to start this other one now. That means we're about to begin in about 30 seconds into round 2. Okay, get your stubborn head on, right? If you're like, how am I going to do this? 8 seconds left. Don't know where that means you're from, but okay, 3 seconds. Off we go. Let's go. Good job, everyone. With 5 seconds left. I'm going to take a break there. Did 8 reps or so with that. Happy with that. And let the heart rate come down. Always take a nice breather. Getting ready for our row. I'm doing alternating row. 10 seconds. In 5. Hinge back, face the ground. 2, 1, and row. If you've got a lighter weight, then just do a ballistic row. Okay, 5 seconds. No idea how many reps I've done, but 1 more. Have to have it even. Okay, push-ups are next. Whew, it's warm. About 15. Let that heart rate come down. Prepare your mind, visualize these push-ups. You're going to express your power in each rep. 3, to position, and off we go. 10. Last 3. And rest. Already back into our swings. And final exercise of this second round. Whew. Okay, 10 seconds before we start our swings. All right, 5, into position, getting ready for the hike. 2, 1, off we go. And rest. Let the breath come back down. I'm going to rest again now for about 90 seconds to be fair to yourselves. With the rests, it comes to around 15 minutes, but you can certainly, especially if you have more moderate weights at home, you can't lift heavy or as heavy as you would like, then the best thing to do is to just work right through, do all 3 rounds together if you want, and maybe switch around the intervals. Whew. Okay, 25, so we've about a minute, just under a minute left of this. I'm just paranoid that my camera will shut off like it did one other day. But, okay, coming up on about 30 seconds before we begin back into our final round. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do the squats with the 24. See how I go, even if I just do 5 reps. Set for this final round. 10 seconds. Getting ready, mentally prepared. We can do this. There's 4 exercises in 5 and 3, 2. Off we go. And keep going with 8 seconds left. I've done mine. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Rows are next. Back to this one. I actually felt good. Going a bit heavier. This is like, sometimes it's hard to wait about in between sets, isn't it? You kind of feel like you have to keep going. 10 seconds. Into our row position. 5. And 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Three, and rest. Hard push-ups. It's good that this is final round. Only 2 more to go. 10 seconds. And we'll do our push-ups. Okay, getting into position We have 3 seconds, and then off we go. Final one of these. Five seconds. Rest. Final exercise, and we're done. Whew. So more. Okay, again set 10 seconds now for a final swing. Make a good one. Even if it's only 10 reps. Last 3. And away we go. Ten seconds left. Last 3. And rest. And we're done. Done and dusted with that wee workout. Oh, it's killer. But I'm not completely beat, which is nice. And that's why it's kind of nice to not feel totally beat up by a workout. You want to feel energized, not dead. Okay, a lot of my workouts do end up with me feeling rather dead. So it's nice to do a strength only workout. Okay, you've got the swings, but that's still power and strength of the hips. Alrighty. Let the heart rate come down a little bit. And we'll start into a cool down. I'm going to start face down on the floor, stretch out our quads. I do have a little announcement at the end if you want to hang about and wait for that. So, in the lying down position, reach around, grab an angle, stretch through the quad in front of the leg, but just relax. I always say this, keep going on about it, but if your stretching has you grimacing, it's too much. Stretching should feel good. It should feel like a stretch, but not kill you. And other side. Use your breath, your exhale, to relax your whole body. Okay, from here, that foot down, we're going to go up onto our forearms into a slight lumbar extension. Not a whole lot, you don't have to. Just give it a little bit of an extension. And once again, just try to relax into it. I find a lot of people just will be really stiff to hold this position, and it's not very comfortable. But just like relax your shoulders and your jaw. Let your stomach relax. And let everything just sort of sink into the ground. Now from here, we're going to go back up into a high plank position. I'm going to bring one leg up and under. It's diagonally placed, so knee is up high, foot is diagonally down toward the other side. You can stay up on your hands like this. Just shuffle back a little bit. Increase the stretch around the hip of the bent side. Then, if you are comfortable or kind of like you don't really feel that, then either just sit into your hip more or just go down onto your forearms and then sit into that side. If you want to increase it even more, you can bring that foot up like so that your shin is more like a parallel, I guess, rather than diagonal. just hang about, again try to relax into this position. Now we're going to swap sides, do the same thing, bring that foot up and under, relax into that hip. Once you get into a decent position, it's hard to get into this position, but it's kind of like a piriformis stretch. And just hang out about 10-20 seconds or so. Back up into your high plank position, just down onto your hands and knees. Nice flat back. We're actually going to sink down in the middle, head and tailbone up. So you're sinking down in the middle like a cow, and then you're going to reverse that. Tuck the tailbone and head down, arch through the back, be like a cat. And back down into cow. You're just going to make this really smooth, so I'm relaxed. And then to the cat. One more of each. Cow. And one more cat. And now my favourite part. Toes together, knees out wider, hands out front. Send yourself back to your sitting on your heels. And if you can use the floor to sort of grip against, you can stretch a little bit into your lats. If not, don't worry. Place your forehead on the floor, relax your upper body. Take nice, deep, full breaths through your whole body, like directing that breath down toward your sacrum. Expand, relax 3 or 4 times, and then we're done. As you relax, let your jaw relax, your grip, let your arms melt, your shoulders, your stomach, everything relax. One more breath. And slowly stand up. Okay, everybody, that's us for today. And so the announcement I was going to say is that this is actually going to be my last class here for a while. So I was thinking about running a challenge, and now that may still happen, or some version of it. Right now is not the right time after all, and so, but I will keep you posted. I'll be releasing other videos on the channel, so it's not like I'm going to disappear again. However, these live classes are going to be for members of Equip with Strength, and they're going to be now 3 times a week in there. And so for the channel, I'll be back with something else pretty soon, and hopefully that will be useful in sort of helping you progress, helping you move forward, gain momentum in your fitness journey, and keeping things simple and not getting caught up in too many details, and getting sort of that consistency factor can be really hard to maintain, and also finding a sustainable motivation for training instead of kind of always relying on some kind of external motivation, or what ends up really just being boosts of willpower, and then they kind of fade away again. So this is the type of stuff I think is going to be much more useful in helping people move forward, getting into it's sort of that mindset, because it really just affects how you show up and whether or not you even enjoy the journey. So unfortunately I can't come back and do these live classes for a while, but obviously if you enjoy these, or you enjoy the follow along workouts, there are still a few of those on my channel, but also inside Equip Strength, where you can get access to, I think, over 50 at this point. Like I think there's probably like 60 of them in there at the minute, and we're going to do 3 live classes a week and 1 live workshop every month where we do Zoom, and everybody can come together and we can learn or focus on a skill. And so last week On Friday we ran through the snatch again, which we were following on from the previous month, and then we began work on our Turkish get-ups. So that was a great class. I really enjoyed that, and members enjoy coming together and getting to know everybody and working on a skill together. So if that's something of interest, then equipwithstrength.com, and reach out to me if you have any questions about it. See if it's the right fit, and we'll go from there. But until I'm back, I hope you have enjoyed these live classes. I have enjoyed taking them. Even with the spooky door opening a few weeks ago, and even with tech hiccups and things like that, I'm really glad that you're able to show up and join me. So until I'm back, I wish you all the very best, and I'll chat to you soon.